Very
All right,
good.
we're in.
Exactly.
Talk to me, Goose. This is awesome. This is every kid slash petrol head's dream.
The purpose is to try to approach as closely as possible to driving a Formula One car, because I was lucky enough when I was young to have this experience of driving a Formula One
fantastic.
car.
Yeah.
Yes, and since then I don't sleep at night. I mean, it was one of the best days of my life.
I know how you feel.
And
know how you
I
feel.
would say that the difference between a Formula One car and a supercar
Yeah.
is bigger than a supercar and a
Sure.
Nissan
yeah,
Micra or anything.
Huge. Yeah,
It's huge.
absolutely. It's a different
So
world.
when I came with the idea to relaunch this brand, Delage, I wanted to offer the client the experience to really get close to driving a Formula One car on the road. So all the technical choices are really similar to Formula One.
Okay.
It's a monocoque, full carbon, with a crash box on the front, just like Formula One cars. And the secret of the car and the performance is the downforce.
Right.
Because it's easy to get downforce on the rear of a car, you just need a
Okay.
big wing.
Right.
The difficulty is to put downforce on the front of a car.
Okay.
And the problem is all two-seaters or four-seaters have a wide front, so the airflow cannot work properly.
Right.
The only way to make the airflow work properly is to have a narrow nose, just like Formula One car. So we have the exact front of a Formula One car with a double flap. And contrary to Formula One, it's active.
Okay.
So we
nice.
even have more downforce than a Formula One car. Actually.
Seriously?
Yes.
So
because
how much overall downforce is the car?
in terms of coefficients, it's 1.7 times the weight. So that's
Okay.
1.7 times 1,300 kilos.
Wow, so it's light as well. It's a light
Yes,
car.
it's a
Phenomenal.
very
Okay.
light car.
Wow.
That's double the value in
Yes.
terms of weight to downforce ratio than the
Okay.
best cars in the world. I mean, a GT2 RS
Wow,
is
wow,
at
wow.
0.8,
Yes.
0.7, and we're at 1.7.
Wow. You spent a lot of time in the wind tunnel with this thing.
Absolutely, a lot of time in the wind tunnel. Two other things, the suspension, because it's an exclusivity. We have our engineer for the chassis and suspension is Mauro Bianchi. He has 7 titles in Formula One.
Wow.
He has the exclusive patent for that. He invented the suspension contractive. It equips all Formula One cars, and we are the only car in the world to have it on a street legal car.
Fabulous.
The principle is that it lowers the center of gravity in corners. We also have a double flow of cooling for the brakes. You can see here the air intakes from the inside of the wheels, just like in Formula One car.
Look at that.
And another one here. So you have a double entry of air. And what we do is we have a fan effect with the wheel. So when you reaccelerate, the wheel creates a fan. You have fresh air coming and hot air coming out.
So it draws out.
Yeah,
hot air.
because you're a track guy, I'm a track guy. It's frustrating after 6 or 7 laps, you start to feel the brake
Yes,
fading.
yeah, fading. Yeah.
With that, you should not feel any fading.
Fantastic.
We chose Michelin for 2 reasons. The first reason is it's the best tire in the world, whereas it's under rain, on the dry, on the track. Michelin produces the best tires in the world. That's as simple as that. The second reason is that we have a specific partnership with them where we can use their track and their expertise in the development of the car, and that is something extremely important for us. So those are the 2 reasons why we chose Michelin. And there is even a third one. We try to work as much as we can with French companies. It's a French project, French shareholder, French brand. So Michelin is French, so it's another reason. It's the Michelin Cup 2R. This is for the club version of the D12. For the GT version of the D12, that is a little bit less track oriented, we choose the Pilot Sport. But for the track, it's the Cup 2R. So now the cockpit, we will come to that later. 2 massive air intakes, obviously,
Huge air
because
intake,
we need to cool the V12. We also have an air intake in the center here. And
It's well packaged.
yes, it's well
very
packaged.
Yeah.
These 2 air intakes are for the electric parts of the car. And the rear wing is active. It has 4 positions. This is the standard one. When you go on track, it goes up. On the road, I mean, after 120 kilometers an hour. On track, it goes up, but more inclined.
Okay.
And when you brake at high speed, it will do aero brake, vertical.
Okay, right. Wow.
And in the same time, on the front aisles, you have 2 aero brakes too. These 2 parts here, they also come up for braking at high speed.
Okay, wow.
So basically that's approximately all. You have a large diffuser for ground force on the rear too. And I will open the car for you.
It's actually a fighter jet.
Kind of, kind of.
What a machine.
So,
That's unbelievable.
as you can see, it looks like a bit of a fighter jet and Formula One car. This one is temporary. It's just a prototype. It will be much better, but
Right. It's
globally
already
this
looking good, to be honest.
No, I'm not happy with that. This is really functional.
Okay.
It will be
Right.
much better than that. But the rest is, yes, it's very configured like the final car. So everything is made for the client. So if you buy a car, we will take your measures.
Okay.
We will mold the
Build
seat
it around you.
build the
Like
seat
F1,
around
right?
you. Exactly like F1.
Yep.
The steering wheel, we will mold your hands to have
Okay.
the perfect handles, the positioning of the pedals, how you want them, the distance between them, the angle, everything is tailor-made so you feel exactly like a Formula One car driver. So if you give the car to a friend, he will have to adapt. Also, second seat. It looks super narrow, but actually you're better in it than in the rear of a 911.
Come off. Seriously?
Seriously, seriously.
So-
So you press a button.
Legs go either side of
Exactly,
this chair, right?
exactly.
So weirdly, you have a lot of leg room, oddly, right? Because it
Yes,
goes.
you do have leg room and
down.
you finish with your feet approximately there.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So the way to get in is, first of all, just like in F1, to get rid of the steering wheel. And then you enter, you put your left foot here, you cross the seat, you grab it and you slide in and then you put the steering wheel back on. Just like Formula One car.
This thing is another level of crazy. This is special.
Yes.
How much fun have you had designing this?
A lot of fun, a lot of fun. 4 years of work to do that.
Really? Wow.
The big part was the engine, obviously, because we make it ourselves.
Wow.
It's
really?
yeah, I'm going to show
Wow,
it to you.
congratulations. That in
It's,
itself
well, I will
is
leave
an
it
amazing
open.
achievement.
Yes,
Is it
I'm going
naturally
to open.
aspirated?
Naturally aspirated.
Now we're talking. Here we go.
I'm a crazy guy
Here
of
we
Formula
go.
One, and I'm a lover of the years where you have the V12
Yes,
screaming.
perfect.
So I want a naturally aspirated V12.
Wow,
And even the
okay.
hybridization
Yes.
is not on the engine. We encapsulated the electric engine within the gearbox. So the electric power goes directly to the gearbox. We want
So it's like a direct drive charge rather than
Yes.
hybrid assisting.
exactly,
the drivetrain.
exactly.
Wow.
Contractive suspension.
Wow.
So the same as on the front, we have contractive suspension on the rear with 3 suspensions.
And I noticed your
And you
your
don't have
components
anti-roll
are-
bars.
Your components are lifed, like a Formula One car.
Yes, exactly, exactly. We have the optional bonnet on these cars because some people like to see the engine, other like when it's neat carbon fiber with the French flag, the logo, the V12. The V12 can get enlightened at night. So this car is in that configuration. And
So-
as I said, you had a central air intake here that goes to the engine, and the 2 on the side. Here we didn't connect them, but this connects to over there to cool the rear brakes.
wow. Is it
990 horsepower.
Naturally aspirated.
Yes, because it's a big block. It's 7.6 liter.
Wow.
Yes, 7.6 liter naturally
So it
aspirated.
sounds ridiculous.
Yeah,
What's it-
did
what does
you
it
hear
rev
it
to?
when it 9,000 RPM?
And we need to hear it.
You're very welcome to come to
Perfect.
France, to
Let's do it.
Manicourt, where
Let's
we're
do it.
based.
Oh, fabulous.
And
Okay.
yeah, and you'll meet the team. We have 16 FIA world titles in the team,
Wow.
including Jacques Villeneuve, the Formula One world
Okay.
champion, who helps us develop it.
Fabulous.
So, yeah,
What
it's
a thing. Try this.
Wow, very good. You did it
at this.
super fast.
Here we go.
Very
All right,
good.
we're in.
Exactly.
Talk to me, Goose. It's awesome.
You want it closed?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll see you tomorrow.
So you press engine start, and
Okay.
it will start.
Okay. Let's got some energy in it. Wow. It's got some energy, huh?
You want down?
Right. This is every kid / petrol head's dream. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me shake your hand, man. That is a hell of a sound. That's the real deal. Yeah, I think you have made a Formula One car for the road.
Exactly.
Wow, absolutely bonkers.
So you liked it?
Well done. I will be coming to France soon.
With pleasure, with pleasure.
What a machine.